please rise if you're able. Ruger hats, caps, and helmets for the playing of our national anthem.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome inside Cole Harbor Place, the home of Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon. You're watching Game 2 of the semifinal matchup of the Mr. Donaire Cup on High Button Sports. My name is Mason Nike. Happy to give you the coverage this morning. I'm sure we're all paying attention to this game and not anything else going on. I can't think of another game that you'd rather be watching right now, as it's the South Shore Mustangs on the right side in blue against the Harbor Hunters. Hunters won Game 1 over in the South Shore, looking to get this series sweep in this best-of-3 semifinals en route to the Mr. Donaire Cup final. Winner of this series will face the Valley Wildcats as we're underway live from Cole Harbor. As puck is bouncing, comes free for McDonald. McDonald will send it in the zone. There's Beliveau now at the turnover. Puck comes free. Back to retrieve it. There's Hako. He'll go D to D over to Boudreau. Boudreau through the middle, picked off by Mulaney. As that's going to be sent in by Lynch, as starting goaltender Colby O'Shaughnessy will get his first touch off that dump in. As we're 30 seconds into the first period, that's going to be sent down the ice. No icing is a signal from the referee. Hunters have it. Here's Remy Bellivo's shot towards the goal off the stick of McDonald on the back check. Here's McDonald. He'll move the puck up the ice. That's going to come free for the Hunters as Baldwin will take over. Jack Baldwin, the leading scorer for the Hunters in the regular season at 30 points, and was named the Rookie All-Star team for his efforts. As that's going to be dumped in off the blocker of O'Shaughnessy. There's a pass towards the middle off the stick of Richard. That's going to hit his stick on the way through. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc will fire one towards the goal, blocked by Worth. As puck comes loose on the Hunters' blue line in front of their own bench. Here's LeBlanc. He'll find the puck in neutral ice and send it in deep. O'Shaughnessy out to play it. We'll play it over to Worth. Worth through the middle of the ice. Finds Urquhart. Here comes Andrew Urquhart. Him and his brother Cameron play on this team together. As McKnight in the forecheck looking to cause a turnover. Mustangs have a chance to get the puck up ice. Here comes Sanford. Sanford met at the line by the stick of Cade Romaine, AP player for the Hunters, plays for the Kings Hockey Club in the Nova Scotia U16 AAA Hockey. There's a shot, stop made by Patterson, and he'll cover up the rebound as well. That'll be our first whistle of this game. Just about 2 minutes have gone here in the first. It was a lopsided score in Game 1 for the Hunters on the road. They're looking to close things out here in Game 2 with this best-of-3 semifinal series. Winner of this will play the Valley Wildcats as the Mitsubishi Rush over in Sydney forfeited. So Valley automatically made it through to the finals. First year, this new Donaire Cup is if you get eliminated in the first round of the Phil Hare Cup playoffs in the U18 Major League here in Nova Scotia, you get another chance to keep your season alive and fight for a championship. The bottom 4 teams in the league all made it through here, except for Valley. They were the 4th seeders. There's a pass in front looking to bang that one home was Ogden. As in the 4 versus 5 matchup, Valley versus Cape Breton West. Cape Breton West came in as the 5th seed, and they swept the Valley Wildcats in 3 games in that best-of-5 series. Cape Breton West lost 5-2 to the Max last night at the Forum, and the Steel Subaru beat the Weeks Majors by the same score, also 5-2 at the Sportsplex, both games 2s. And those series will be this afternoon, as we'll decide to drop the puck inside the Hunter zone. Lashard against Baldwin for the face-off. Puck hits the ice. One back for the Mustangs. There's a shot from the point tipped just wide up the stick of Spicer from the blue line. That'll make its way behind the net. Kept in by Spicer. Will throw it towards the goal. That will just go wide. As here's Remy Bellevaux. Bellevaux, a draft-eligible first-year player in this league. He'll try and enter the zone wide, looking for Baldwin. It's going to be sent back in by captain Schaefer Gibbs. Gibbs has been battling injuries all postseason. He looks to be in good health here today. Had a bit of a treatment for the game, but there's a chance of the way. Here come the Mustangs. There's a shot. It's going to be stopped by O'Shaughnessy. As Parker LeBlanc kind of shot that a bit early. Had a bit more time to walk towards the crease, but as Cluett will find it off the wall, makes a nice kick play to Bellevaux. Bellevaux drops it off for Baldwin, neutral ice. Baldwin enters the zone on the near side. Shot will go out the pad, looking for the rebound. It's going to be cleared away as here comes Worth. Worth loses the puck off the pinch. Lynch will play it up ahead. Here comes Mulaney. Mulaney will let a shot go as he enters the zone. That's going to be gloved down by O'Shaughnessy, and that'll be a whistle. You're watching the Mr. Donaire Cup playoffs, semifinals, game number 2 in this best-of-3 series en route to the finals. McDonald in for the draw against Urquhart. That's Andrew Urquhart, the rookie. There's a shot from the point off the face-off win from Chu, and that will go off the stick of O'Shaughnessy and out of play. Shots are 4-3 in favor of the visiting Mustangs, looking to tie the series up on the road and extend their season. Puck hits the ice. One back for the Mustangs. There's a chance in the slot. Play to the line. Here comes Ayotte. Ayotte shot low, looking for the rebound. That will just sail wide. Henry Ayotte, AP for the Mustangs. He's played a lot of games for them this year. He is a full-time member of the Dartmouth Voyageurs in the U16 AAA League. As here's Ogden. Ogden past the middle. Here's Lynch. Shot glove down. Rebound cleared away off the stick of the defender in front. As Ogden keeps it in. Up top for Ayotte. He'll lose the puck as Urquhart forces him out of the zone. Urquhart nearly causing another turnover there, but it's going to be picked off. Here come the Mustangs. Nice move by McDonald as he enters the zone. Drops it for Ayotte. His shot will go wide of the net. Looking for that rebound off the pad once again was number 5 in blue. That puck will be played in the corner. Up top, here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc's shot will go off a stick of Urquhart. That's Cameron Urquhart. There's a pass towards the goal, all tangled up in front. It was the Mustangs forward there, couldn't jam it home. That was McDonald. He has the puck again. McDonald's shot will go off the blocker of O'Shaughnessy. It's been all Mustangs here as of late in this game, looking to keep their season alive as Ayotte will find it and send it in deep, takes a hit and will go to the bench. Back to retrieve it is Romaine. He'll go D-to-D over to Worth. Romaine takes a hit behind the net after making the pass. Here comes Kalita. Porter Kalita takes it wide. Shot blocked on his way through to the net. Boudreaux will collect it and send it towards the goal. It's going to be off a shin pad of LeBlanc. Here comes Spicer. Spicer will play it over across. Pass to the middle. That will miss everybody and enter the Hunter zone, excuse me. D-to-D pass finds Boudreaux. There's a reverse hit from Boudreaux on LeBlanc. Big collision there. A stretch pass will be chipped into the zone by Mason Morris. Back to retrieve it is Ryan Morash. Morash played in this very rink for the Harbor Rage last season. Started the year for the Fundy Thunder and then ended up here with the Mustangs, a full-time member, as they lost a few bodies throughout the year. As here's Swift. He'll send it over to Boudreaux. Boudreaux will chip it off the wall. Comes free for Bellevaux. Bellevaux will send it in deep. Up the corner. Here's Morris trying to throw it in front there with a no-look pass. It was a slick move, but couldn't find the connection. There's just a shot stopped by Patterson with the stick. As that will make its way on the left side. Here's Kalita looking to find Baldwin. A shot towards the goal. Baldwin gets a piece of it there, redirected it off the pad of Patterson. Patterson faced the most shots in the league this season. South Shore gives up a lot of chances. Patterson and their backup goalie Nolan Froughton are both first-year goalies draft eligible. Here's Lynch, shot will be blocked from Mulaney. Here's Lynch again, shot towards the goal at the side of the cage, comes free in front off the pad of O'Shaughnessy off the rebound chance. Belleville chance to clear, does not do so. As here's Swift looking for it. Belleville will recollect it and chip it off the boards. They're going to get it out, kept in by Lynch. Here's Sanford. That will make its way in the corner. Swift finds it over to Captain Gibbs. Here's Schaefer Gibbs playing in his last year of U18 Major. He's a third-year veteran of this league. He was one of the last members of the last ever Co-Upper Wolfpack team 2 years ago. Here comes McDonald. He'll take a head as he dumps it in. Back to retrieve it is Worth. Worth up the wall. That will make its way all the way down. Back to retrieve it is Ayotte. Ayotte over to McDonald. McDonald can't handle it. Comes free for Ludi. Here comes Ludi down to the goal line for Urquhart, but he had that bounce off his backhand. Ayotte will recollect. Up for Lynch. Here comes Parker LeBlanc with the puck. LeBlanc will put the brakes on the half wall as he enters the zone. Sends it in deep looking for Sanford just out of his reach. Puck comes free on the near side boards inside the Hunter zone. 8 minutes have gone here in the opening frame as there's a hit on the forecheck on Romaine. Laying the boom there was LeBlanc. So that will be dumped in. Romaine back to retrieve it. He'll go backhand over to Worth. Liam Worth collects the puck. Richard, that intercept will play it back in deep. That will make its way onto the net of O'Shaughnessy. We'll cover things up. 11:43 to go in the opening frame. So he saw to the glove side of O'Shaughnessy. Puck dropped. It's going to be a one-time by Morash off the DDD pass. That will go wide of the net. But that's going to be sent in deep, and that will be an icing call. 11:30 to go in the first. Shots 8-4 in favor of the Mustangs on the road. Puck dropped, one back by the Hunters in their own zone off the icing. Mulaney looking to center it in front for Ogden. That will go off the stick of O'Shaughnessy, who's defending the blue paint of his twig. DD pass finds Boudreau. Here come the Hunters looking to break out of their zone. Boudreau will gallop his way to neutral ice, enters the zone on the far side. Wall has it on the backhand towards the goal. That one squeaked through. No, kept out. Good look there from Boudreau on the end-to-end rush. But Ryder Patterson stands his ground on the post. Looks like the Olympic final is going to overtime. So while you wait for that game to resume, you can watch some great action here live on Highbutton Sports. That puck will be dropped and immediately deflect out of play for another whistle. Puck is dropped. There's Chu looking to clear. Kept in. Lynch plays it back. Ayotte. Pass to the middle. Here comes Lynch again. Lynch will pass across looking for Sanford. That will be intercepted as McDonald finds it for the Mustangs. Gibbs battling down low with Sanford looking to free up the puck. Picked up. Here comes Jack Baldwin. Baldwin will try and make a move as he gets stood up on the entry by Ayotte. Big hit there from the Voyageur AP defenseman. Here's Gibbs. Pass up ahead finds Baldwin. Jack Baldwin behind the defenders looking to play it in front as Morris, who was down the net, couldn't deflect that one home. As that will be played out of the zone unintentionally. Romaine back to retrieve it, approaching the halfway mark of the first. Here's Cade Romaine, nearly turned it over there. Made the play. It's going to be passed up ahead. There comes Remy Beliveau. Drops it for Baldwin. Left up top for Romain. D pass finds Swift. Swift across, looking for the one-timer. Was ball in the slot, but couldn't connect. There's a chance the other way. As LeBlanc looking to get spun for a breakaway there. Beats out the icing. As LeBlanc takes a hit from Romain in the corner. Puck comes free on the walls. Pass will go across and escape the zone. Morash back to retrieve it. Hold back pedal back in his own zone. Morash will slow things down. Looking to make a play off the helmet of Urquhart on the forecheck. Comes free. Here's Urquhart. Shot off the blocker of Patterson. Off the turnover. Good save there from Patterson to keep things scoreless. 9.5 to go in the first. Ludi will work it in deep. Him and Morash get tangled up. McKnight finds a loose puck. We had McKnight up for Urquhart. Urquhart drops it for Swift up top. Shot will deflect its way on goal. Rebound cleared away as Morash will shield the puck of his body, collecting the rebound. Morash will try and play a D. It's going to miss the stick of Spicer. Comes free. Here come the Mustangs. LeBlanc has it 2-on-1 with Mulaney. LeBlanc will pass across. Mulaney couldn't get a stick on that one. Good feed on the 2-on-1. Mustangs hold on to possession. There's a shot from Chu. Will go wide. Looking for the tip in front. As that'll be played back inside the Hunter zone. Here's Swift. Swift. Over to Boudreau. Turned over. Here's a shot from Lintz off a shin pad. As Chu finds it up top. He'll play it in deep. Boudreau back to play. He'll go D. There's Swift. Swift, another third-year player. OG Wolfpack member. Here's a shot from Urquhart. Scores! Andrew Urquhart opens the scoring here in game 2. Beautiful shot over the shoulder of Patterson. And that's going to take us into the break. You're watching the High Button Sports Production Mr. Donaire Cup Game 2 semifinals. Be back in just a moment. Or no, it looks like they're going to... Yep, we will take our break, so I'll be back in a moment.
This stream is brought to you by Mr. Donaire. Bring that classic Donaire flavor home in minutes with Mr. Donaire's Donaire Kit, the original East Coast Donaire. Perfect for game night. Want the full setup? Mr. Donaire makes its own Donaire sauce, Donaire dunkers, and Donaire sausages. And don't forget the Mr. Donaire pizza when you want it simple and fast. You can grab Mr. Donaire at Costco, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Superstore, Gateway, and Needs. Mr. Donaire, game night made easy. Now, back to the action.
Welcome back inside Coal Harbor Place. Andrew Urquhart just scored to make it 1-0 in Game 2 of this best-of-3 semifinal series. So we'll drop the puck at center. Mustangs are down a goal here. They have the puck. Morash will send it up ahead. Here's McDonald. Shot will sail over the net from Lynch. Swift gets the assist. And that will be an icing call. Urquhart from Swift at 11:33. Shots now 8-8. And score is 1-0 for the Hunters as they're looking to sweep the series here at home in this best-of-3. This here's LeBlanc. Sent over and chipped in deep by Chu. Worth back to retrieve it. He'll pick it out of the corner. Battle ensues along the wall. Comes free. Kalita plays it back for Romain. Romain will drop it off for Worth. There's Liam Worth. Sent over. Back for Cade Romain. Romain will chip it inside the zone. Chu back to retrieve it. Chu over to Ayotte. Ayotte will stretch a pass over for LeBlanc. That will miss him, and that should be icing, but LeBlanc beats it out. As there's a hit on Kalita. LeBlanc sent to the line, but Ayotte couldn't hold it in. That's going to be offside as Ayotte played it back into the zone. There's a few words being exchanged in front of the Hunters bench. Seven and a half to go. Here's McDonald against Baldwin for the draw. Puck hits the ice. It's going to be played back to D. Sent into the Hunter zone, and that will be another icing call. 7:18 remaining here in the opening frame of game 2. Puck is dropped. One back to the pointers. Gibbs' shot was blocked on the way through as Chu collects the rebound. Play to the line. Gibbs to the half wall. Finds Baldwin. Baldwin over cross for Cluett. Cluett's shot will be blocked. Ayotte got in front of that one of his shin pad. He'll take a hit along the wall. There's another hit on the boards. Playoff hockey at its finest. As that puck will come free for Mulaney. Mulaney will work his way through past the middle looking for McDonald's. He'll get taken down by Boudreau with the body check. And here comes Baldwin the other way. Jack Baldwin in the middle. Here's a backhander sent over the net by Gibbs as he was pinching through looking to extend the Hunters' lead. Puck comes free. Played up by Spicer. Kept in by Boudreau. Shot will be deflected. Comes free for Baldwin in the slot. Couldn't corral the pass from Beliveau. Here comes Mulaney with the puck in his own zone as Baldwin will force a turnover. Play to the line. Here's Boudreau. Boudreau's shot will go off the pad of Patterson. Cluett will try and work it back in the zone. That's going to be chipped up the ice. Swift battling with Sanford for the loose puck as that will be cleared to neutral ice. Pass up, finds Baldwin. Baldwin takes it wide. Puts the brakes on, sends it over. Here's Swift. Swift will play it towards the net off the skate of McKnight, looking to redirect that one home. 6 minutes to go now in the first period. That one was nearly put into Patterson's net by the Mustang player. This puck comes free for Wirth. He'll play it back in the zone. Hits a glove and Patterson will corral it. Leaves it for Spicer. 5:40 to go now in the first period. There's a pass up for Sanford. Picked off by Wirth. With Richard on the forecheck. That will be played outside the zone. Ayotte there to send it back in deep. Here comes Urquhart. He has the only goal so far in this game. Andrew Urquhart, the rookie, will play it over to Ludi off his skate. Here's to come the Mustangs the other way. Here's Sanford. Sanford's shot will deflect off a stick and go out of play. With 5:13 remaining in the opening frame. Hunters now have the lead in shots. 9-8. McDonald in for the draw against Urquhart. Puck hits the ice. One back. There's a shot from Ayotte. Will be off the shoulder with Shaughnessy at the point shot. Played in deep. Swift will poke it over across. That'll be flipped out of the zone by Ludi. Puck bouncing. Here's McDonald. This will enter the zone, but offside. As you can see, a Team Canada jersey there in the crowd. In between third period and overtime right now in that game. Just inside the final 5 minutes of this period. It's 1-0 for the Hunters here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series en route to the Mr. Donaire Cup Finals. Winner of this series will play the Valley Wildcats. There's Chu. Olsen in deep as that will be off the body of O'Shaughnessy. 4.5 remaining. Here's Romaine. Sent over for Gibbs. Gibbs will throw it to the middle. Intercepted by LeBlanc. Here come the Mustangs. LeBlanc will let a shot go off the pad. A rebound cleared away by Romaine. That's going to be kept in. Played towards the middle. Here's a shot on. That will sail over the net and out of play. Might have hit a stick on the way through. Both teams will make changes. So I have 20 viewers right now on this stream. I'm actually very surprised by that number. That's going to be a DD pass played outside the zone. Morash couldn't handle it. I thought there'd be 0 people watching considering there's a Olympic final going on. But thank you all for tuning into this one. I appreciate the viewership. Here comes Baldwin. Baldwin will take a hit on the blue line from Richard. A lot of big hits in this game so far. Here comes Mulaney. Right up ahead, Richard, as Baldwin goes right back at him, but Baldwin gets the worst of that exchange. Richard with 2 big hits on the rookie Baldwin. As Lynch will try and clear. Kept in by Jack Baldwin. He has the puck. Baldwin will make a move towards the middle. Plays it over for Cluett. Justin Cluett, the Charlottetown Islanders draft pick, loses the puck. That'll be played back in deep. Here's Ryan Morash for the Mustangs. So play it through the middle. Chipped up ahead. Boudreau will pick it off. Here comes Peyton Boudreau as that will be played off of his shin pad. He can't go get it because his teammates are offside. Here's Morash, sent up ahead. Mustangs have it. Nice drop pass. Finds Mulaney. Here comes McDonald. McDonald puts the brakes on in the corner. Gets by Boudreau. Still has the puck behind the net. McDonald battling with Baldwin. That's going to come free for the Mustangs. There's a shot from Sanford. That will be corralled by O'Shaughnessy. And he'll cover up the rebound. There's a shove on Sanford in front of the bench. Inside 3 minutes remaining. Shots now 13-9 in favor of the Mustangs. They're looking to tie the game and tie the series as well as they're down 1-0 in this best of three. Their season is on the line this morning. Puck dropped. That's going to be played over looking for Ludi. That's kept in at the line by Henry Ayotte. Worth will find it. Chips it up to neutral ice. Here's Urquhart. Urquhart will make a move towards the goal, but Pochak will free up the puck as he takes a hit from Chu. Ayotte finds it. Played up the boards. Turned over. Here's Ludi. Pass towards the goal looking for Urquhart, but he couldn't connect with him. Ludi gets his own rebound. Plays it down low. Trying to work it back up top, but that's going to be intercepted by the Mustangs, and here they come. Sanford takes the pass. Sanford trying to get by Worth, but good stick for number 2 in white to prevent a scoring chance. He'll pass it through the middle. That's going to be offside at the line. Richard couldn't get there in time to hold it in. That'd be another whistle. Face off and neutral ice. Kalita will win the draw. He has the puck. He'll nearly avoid a hit there in between the benches. There's a shot from Gibbs that will be sticked away by Philippe Richard. Clear attempt will be kept in by Gibbs. He'll play it back in deep. Battle ensues in the corner. That's going to be a penalty on the play. Hooking's the call against Kalita. He cannot believe it. See the referee making the call at center ice. This will be a Mustangs power play. They'll send out McDonald, LeBlanc, Ogden, Sanford. As they got 6 players on the ice, so they got to send off one of them. So it'll be Mulaney, Sanford, McDonald, LeBlanc, and Chu out there for this man advantage. As that's immediately going to be one back, but out of the zone. Chu forced to retreat. He'll play it over to Mulaney. That's going to go off his stick. There's a DDD pass as Gibbs will collect it, trying to clear. Kept in by Baldwin unintentionally as he blocked out of his back. Here's Mulaney trying to work it through the middle. It's going to be played out of the zone. Back to retrieve it is Chu. 1.5 remaining in the period. There's McDonald. He'll circle back in his own zone. Only 5 seconds separating the penalty clock and the game clock. As if the Mustangs don't score here to end the period, they'll take this power play into the second. There's McDonald up for LeBlanc. LeBlanc will play it down the corner. There's a pass towards the goal looking in front, but that's going to go off a shin pad, and Hunters will clear it down the ice as we're inside the final 60 seconds of the opening frame. As Chu takes the puck from his goaltender, both sides are changing. Jack Chu up to the middle. It's going to be dropped off for Richard. Richard will work his way to the half wall. Back up top, there's Chu. Chu's shot will go off a stick and wide of the net. Picked up by Ogden in the corner. 40 seconds to go. Here's Chu. Shot towards the goal, blocked in front. That will make its way to the corner. Battle ensues for loose puck along the wall. Ludi and Lynch tangled up. As they're still battling for that boost biscuit. Here's Richard will collect it. Richard over cross, back up top, one-timer. Chu blocked by Belleva with his skate. As Lynch can't hold the line. Here comes the Hunter shorthanded. Ludi with Beliveau towards the net, but good back check from the Mustangs to prevent a scoring chance. So that's going to be worked in behind the net, and that's going to do it for the opening frame. So the Hunters will take a 1-0 lead into the dressing room. You're watching High Button Sports coverage of the Mr. Donaire Cup. Be back after the break. Welcome back inside Cole Harbor Place. I'm going to be honest with you right now. Last thing I want to do is watch a hockey game. Tough ending in that overtime for Team Canada. But we'll finish off this game here, the second game of the semifinals. Hunters up 1-0 after the first period. They'll start on the PK for 5 seconds. As you can tell, the mood has definitely changed here in this rink. But we'll try and set that aside as we will start the second period. McDonald against Baldwin, and we're back underway. Here's Mulaney. This shot will be deflected, and that's going to do it for the power play. Back to 5 apiece. McDonald has the puck. Ewan McDonald will turn it over. There's a chance, and that's going to be sticked away. Baldwin trying to toe drag that one through the defender. There's McDonald. Turned over. His Lynch shot scores! 31 seconds into the second period. Alexander Lynch ties things up. Beautiful shot past the glove side of O'Shaughnessy. And it's a brand new game here in Cole Harbor. Richard versus Urquhart for the face-off. It's going to be one to the wall and sent in deep by Schaefer Gibbs. That's going to be an icing call despite Gibbs being on the red line. Can't believe they lost that game in overtime. Why is it 3-on-3 in the Olympic finals? That makes no sense. No sense. I mean, if Crosby was playing, you know they would have won. Can't believe that. There's a shot from Chu that will go off the stick of O'Shaughnessy. That'll be chipped into the zone. Here's Patterson. Finds Ayotte. Play through the middle as Gibbs will have to go off his skate and neutralize. Here's a pass over to Worth. Worth will chip it in the zone as we are now 1 minute into the second period. There's a hit along the wall. Comes free for the Mustangs. Here's LeBlanc. Mustangs have numbers. Drops it off for Ayotte. Shot off the shoulder. Rebound will just be played through the slot. Here's Gibbs. Sent over for Ludi. He'll enter the zone on the near side. Ludi will cycle it looking for McKnight. That's going to be intercepted by Morash. It'll look to clear. Kept in by Ludi. Play to the goal line. McKnight will send it towards the net. It's going to go off the stick of Patterson. Up top, here's Worth. Worth will try and work it through the blue line. LeBlanc pokes it out of the zone. Gibbs back to retrieve it. Here comes Schaefer. Gibbs slap shot will go into the glove of Patterson. There'll be no rebound. So it's 1-1. Mustangs scored 29 seconds into the period to tie the game here in game number 2 of the semifinals of the Donair Cup. It's going to be played up the wall. Loose puck. Swift will get there first, so play it around looking for Kalita. Can handle it as Cameron Urquhart will get tripped up and neutralized. That's going to be a penalty against the Mustangs. O'Shaughnessy's to the bench for the delayed call. That's going to be touched up and whistled down. Tripping is a signal from referee number 35. Lynch will be the penalized player. Here comes the Hunters power play, their first chance this morning. Puck dropped. Morash looking to clear, kept in by Urquhart. There's Cam Urquhart up for Kalita. For the middle for Swift. Back for Urquhart. Urquhart will try it. Play it towards the middle. Finds Gibbs. Gibbs. Back up top. Urquhart will walk down the wall. Urquhart will let a shot go off the shoulder. Rebound will be collected by Gibbs. Will whack it up to Kalita. Here's Porter Kalita at the top of the zone. Over to Urquhart. That will bounce off the wall. Played up top for Swift. Swift's shot will go off the blocker. That will be deflected in the corner. Here's Kalita. Kalita back to the corner for Morris. Shot will go off the stick of Gibbs and wide. There's Urquhart. They'll work it in deep. Plays it back up top for Swift. Swift down low for Urquhart. Urquhart trying to play it over for Kalita. It's going to go off a skate and out of the zone. Kalita will feed it over. Mulaney will intercept. Mulaney will clear it down the ice. 50 seconds to go in the power play. O'Shaughnessy out to play it against LeBlanc. Finds Urquhart. Here's Cameron Urquhart. Sent up for Boudreau. Over to Cluett. Here comes Justin Cluett. Sent it over for Swift. Swift will play to the middle, but all tangled up there. In front was Boudreau. Swift finds it. Looking to play it up top. That's going to be cleared down. O'Shaughnessy will leave it for Cluett. Here comes Justin Cluett. Up for Baldwin. Back for Cluett. Cluett will play it offside as Boudreau couldn't drag the foot. Baldwin will take the draw. 14 seconds of power play time remaining for the Hunters. As Ayotte gets hanging up a Beliveau. We'll play to the corner. Beliveau to the middle. Baldwin looking to work it through. It's going to be sent up the wall by Ayotte. Kept in by Liam Worth. He finds Beliveau. Beliveau over to Baldwin. We're back to 5 apiece. Lynch out of the box. Sent to the goal line. Here's Beliveau. Towards the middle. It's going to be intercepted, and that will be cleared down. And that will not be icing. Here's Worth. Worth will drop it behind him. Here comes Jack Baldwin. Makes a move as Sanford gets enough of it to get a piece of it. Here's Worth. Back to retrieve the puck in his own zone. Gets by McDonald. Will poke it up the wall. Finds Beliveau. Over to Baldwin. Back for Beliveau. As Cluett will pick it up. Chu and Cluett battling for possession. Cluett gets there first. Up for McDonald. McDonald will chip it out of the zone. Gibbs last man back. He'll collect it. Sends over for Baldwin. Baldwin will play it in the opposite corner. Here's Chu. Kept in by Romain. Clearing attempt. Here's a shot deflected just wide by Baldwin off of his stick as we're 5 minutes into the second period. There's Sanford. Sanford has the puck looking for an option. Will make a nice move but gets hit by Gibbs. Romain finds the puck. Romain up for Ludi. Here's Will Ludi. Will sends it up ahead for Urquhart. Drops it for McKnight. McKnight, as that will be poke checked off of his stick. Played down low. McKnight up for Ludi. McNudy over cross. Here's Romain up top. Gibbs. Gibbs will drag and shoot one out the blocker of Patterson. Two on two on the boards. It's going to come free for Ludi. Ludi will work it up the wall. Finds Swift up top. Swift back for Ludi on the boards. Sent down low looking for Andrew Urquhart, but that's going to hop over his stick. Boudreau finds the puck on the other side. As Swift finds it. Swift shot blocked. Chance the other way. Here comes Mulaney all alone on the breakaway. Mulaney's shot just goes wide. Rebound. Played in front. What a save from O'Shaughnessy. As that puck bounced its way off the wall. Off the missed breakaway shot. O'Shaughnessy had to be sharp there at the deflection. That's going to be whistled down. And the penalty on the other side. Roughing's the call. It will go against the Mustangs once again. Back-to-back penalties for them. So 13 and a half to go in the second. Another power play chance for the Hunters, looking to take the lead. They're up 1-0 in this best of 3 series en route to the Donair Cup Finals. That's going to be sent down the ice, so O'Shaughnessy have to play it. O'Shaughnessy will throw it over to Kalita. Here comes Kalita with the puck. Makes his way through. Kalita nearly went all the way there, but defended by Ayotte on the back check. Here's Urquhart. Cameron Urquhart has the puck in the half wall, loses it as Ayotte will strip him of the puck and send it down the ice. Here's Swift. Dawson Swift sends it over to Gibbs. Gibbs will play it across for Kalita. Look crowd out the wall. Kalita to the middle for Swift. Swift holds on to it, sends it over to the boards for Morris. Up top, Kalita, one-timer off a shin pad. Makes its way on net, and that will be kept out by Ryder Patterson and cleared down the ice by the Mustangs. 1 minute to go in the power play, as Urquhart will collect the puck from his goaltender. Cluett off the bench will swing through, looking for a pass. He gets it. Here comes Justin Cluett. Goes wide as a lane. Shot will go off the tip of the glove. Good look there. Patterson just gets enough to keep it out. As that will be kept in by Baldwin at the line. Baldwin makes a move past Sanford. Baldwin will walk it in. Shoot one low. Rebound. Sent on goal. Covered up. Patterson makes both saves. .30 seconds to go on the Mustangs penalty. Face off inside their zone. Baldwin in for the draw against McDonald. Puck hits the ice, one back. Boudreau plays the line. D over to Cluett. Cluett shot looking for a tip in front. Gets it. Rebound on goal. That's going to be cleared out of the blue paint. Here's Worth up top. Worth will shoot one looking for the deflection. That's going to go off a stick and out of play. Baldwin and McDonald once again in for the face-off. One back. Worth over to Cluett. Cluett shot tip just wide in front by Boudreau. Here's Beliveau. Up for Baldwin. Baldwin spins out the defender. Over to Worth. There's a one-timer shot at the blocker. Patterson sees that through the screen. We're back to 5-on-5. Mustangs call off on the penalty. Here's Cluett. Up for Baldwin. Jack Baldwin will corral the top of the zone. That's going to go off a stick into neutral ice. He'll play it back for Justin Cluett, the Charlottetown Islanders draft pick, sent up the wall. That'll be chipped into the zone. As Beliveau back to retrieve it in the corner. Battle ensues. Beliveau gets it back. Beliveau will try and wrap it through. Still has it up top. Swift shot will just sail wide past the blocker's side. Here's Worth pinching in. He keeps it inside the zone. Worth sent in deep to the opposite corner for Urquhart. There's Cameron Urquhart. He'll get hit off the puck. That's going to be played up ahead. Here comes LeBlanc. Might have a step towards the goal. LeBlanc will get hooked on the way through. No call on the play. That might have been a hook on the breakaway. As O'Shaughnessy is down in his crease. He's a little slow to get up. We'll give him some time to catch his breath. Approaching the halfway mark of regulation. Welcome back here. Face off. One back. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc. As a power play now for the Mustangs. That's going to be cleared down the ice. Pass to retrieve it is Chu. As Urquhart in on the forecheck. Picked up, here's McDonald. McDonald will lead the rush for the Mustangs. That's going to be played in behind the net. Ends up in the corner, and that's going to be cleared down by Swift. Here's Urquhart. He has the puck shorthanded for the Hunters. That's going to come loose for Sanford. Here comes Sanford. As that will be knocked off of his stick. Chance the other way. Here comes Swift for the Hunters. Swift enters the zone on the left side. Will make a nice move. Swift on the backhand. Kept out by Patterson. Nice save there with the pad. It's going to be sent up ahead. Looking for the breakaway pass was Mulaney. Will beat out the icing. As that will be rimmed around the wall. Kept in by Morash. Let a shot go tipped over the shoulder of O'Shaughnessy. Mustangs have it. Richard takes the puck up top, plays it back down low. As Sanford will get disrupted on his way to the net. Played from the corner up top. Morash, the former Harbor Rage, will lose the puck on the blue line. Richard will take over. Saucer pass across the ice, picked up. There's a pass for Sanford after the big hit on Mulaney. Here's a shot. And O'Shaughnessy will make the save. As that will take us to the halfway point in a TV timeout. You're watching High Bun Sports production of the Mr. Donaire Cup. We'll be back after the break.
This stream is brought to you by Mr. Donaire. Bring that classic Donaire flavor home in minutes with Mr. Donaire's Donaire Kit, the original East Coast Donaire. Perfect for game night. Want the full setup? Mr. Donaire makes its own Donaire sauce, Donaire dunkers, and Donaire sausages. And don't forget the Mr. Donaire pizza when you want it simple and fast. You can grab Mr. Donaire at Costco, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Superstore, Gateway, and Needs. Mr. Donaire, game night made easy. Now, back to the action.
Welcome back inside Cole Harbor Place. It's 1-1 here in the second period. You're watching Game 2 of the semifinals of the Mr. Donaire Cup. Hunters and Mustangs here at CHP. "16 seconds remaining on the penalty to Worth. So drop the puck to the blocker side of O'Shaughnessy. McDonald's against Urquhart. Puck hits the ice. It's going to be played to the wall. Urquhart tying it up with McDonald. As Ogden plays to the wall. Here's Lynch up top for LeBlanc. LeBlanc shot, scores! Mustangs take the lead on the power play. LeBlanc from distance gives South Shore the lead. Beautiful shot. Past the glove side. South Shore looking to extend their season. Just scored to take the lead on the power play. There's a shot towards the goal. It's going to be a penalty on the play. There's a bit of a scrum. Both referees had their arm up, though, discussing the call. 2 minutes for cross-checking as a signal. It'll go against Dawson Swift. So back to the power play for the Mustangs. They just scored to take the lead on the man advantage. LeBlanc, McDonald, Ogden, Chu out there, as well as Lynch. Same unit that scored the first goal. As Hunters play it back. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc will work it down low. Sent towards a slot. It's going to come free up top. Ogden has it. Ogden is battling with Gibbs for the loose puck. Comes free for LeBlanc. LeBlanc down low to the goal line. As a backhander comes loose in front. Is cleared away out of the crease. Kept in by Chu out of midair. That's going to be a high sticking call, but that was not a high stick. That was well below his shoulder, but referee was right there. Maybe got a better view than I did. 1:35 remaining on the power play. Face-off will be outside the zone, right in front of the Mustangs bench. McDonald against Cluett. Puck is dropped. One back, here comes Lynch, but he got poked off the puck in the slot. McDonald holds the line. McDonald towards the middle, looking to play it over to Ogden, but he couldn't make the pass. Here's LeBlanc behind the net. LeBlanc will try and work it through. Him and Gibbs got tangled up on the boards. Comes free. Here's Chu. Chu's shot will go off a stick him wide. Worth there to collect the rebound. He'll play it down the ice. Out to play it is Patterson. 1 minute to go in the power play. Here's Chu. Will saucer it across the ice. That's going to bounce its way in the zone. Watch out. Ayotte might have a step towards the goal. Comes free in front. Good hustle there from the AP Ayotte to get through that loose puck first as Boudreau will collect it and send it down towards the Hunter zone. It's going to come free as Baldwin will chip it out. There's Chu. Chu with 40 seconds to go in the power play will send it up ahead. Mulaney couldn't get to the bounce first, and that's going to be an icing call against the Mustangs. It'll be Urquhart against Richard for the draw. Puck hits the ice as that's going to be one back. Ludi will backpedal into neutral ice as Boudreau will chip it ahead, turned over. Here comes Ayotte. Ayotte will play it wide. Picked off by the Hunters, looking to clear. Hits a body, and then Ludi will send it down the ice. As Morash, last man back. He gets chipped the puck by Beliveau. Here's Beliveau looking to center it as Urquhart looking for the pass, short-handed. Beliveau has it again behind the net. As that's going to be played in. As we're back to 5-on-5. Hunters kill off the penalty. Richard has it. Gets poked out the puck. Morash finds it. Here comes Ryan. Morash will drag and shoot one. Just goes past the glove side of wide of the net. Battle ensues for the puck. Hunters get it. Here's Ludi. Ludi bobbles it, trying to clear. Comes free. Boudreau back to collect it. Boudreau takes a hit. Now free out the puck. Urquhart will play it back behind his own net. There's Andrew Urquhart. Urquhart will turn it over. LeBlanc will try and play it back in deep. It's a body. As McKnight will hold on to the puck. Up for Urquhart. Plays it back. Finds Boudreau. Here comes Peyton Boudreau. Will try and make his move past Morash. Can't do so. Richard will collect the loose puck out of the corner. As he'll stretch a pass down the ice, and that will be an icing call. Shots are now 20-20. Mustangs had the lead. They scored on the power play a few moments ago. Puck dropped, one back, one timer. Swift scores! Penalty on the play. But Swift has just tied this game. It's 2-2. Beautiful shot off the face-off play. Dawson Swift makes it a 2-2 game. As Baldwin wins the face-off back, as it's going to be a power play for the Hunters after that. So Mustangs took a penalty after they gave up the goal. Here's Gibbs over to Baldwin. So lose the puck as the Mustangs will look to clear, and that will be sent down the ice past Gibbs. O'Shaughnessy have to play it. He finds Swift up for Cluett. Cluett over to Baldwin. Baldwin will boomerang it around the ball. Comes free for Gibbs. It's McDonald. Will look to kill off some clock. Baldwin digs it out of the wall. And that will be collected and sent down by the Mustangs. 5 minutes to go here in the second. It's 2-2. Hunters just tied the game, and they're now on the power play. Here's Swift, who had that game-tying goal. He has the puck for the Hunters. Over to Cluett. Cluett puts the brakes on and back up top for Swift. Swift down low. There's a pass back up top. Swift collects it. Swift down in the corner, sent over across. One-timer, Cluett scores! Justin Cluett on the power play. Two quick ones back-to-back for the Hunters. They had the lead. Cluett ripped that one off the post and in on the one-timer. What a shot. .435 remaining. Power play goal for the Hunters. A beautiful shot in the Sidney Crosby type one knee one-timer. That's going to be cleared down the ice. Nice move by Worth to get by the forecheck. He'll try and play it up ahead, off a stick. LeBlanc finds it. LeBlanc's shot will be stopped. Rebound's loose, but they blow it down. That puck was sitting in the blue paint. O'Shaughnessy did not know where it was. And the replay there, what a shot from Cluett, using all of his flex on that stick there to get the goal. So it's a one-goal game here in Cole Harbor. Puck dropped inside the Hunters zone. Mustangs looking to tie the game and tie the series. Here's Ludi. Sent up ahead for McKnight. Here come the Hunters. McKnight will shoot one low. Deflected in front. Out of midair. Urquhart. What a beauty that was in baseball-type fashion. Hunters have scored 3 unanswered to take a 2-goal lead. Urquhart with his second of the game. Great hand-eye coordination for number 10. Bats that out of the air into the net. Hunters have taken over this game. They have a 2-goal lead inside the final 4 minutes of the period. As here's Morris. Puts the brakes on up top for Romaine. Romaine's shot blocked. He holds it in though as Sanford finds a loose puck. Mustangs could use a response here. They've given up 3 straight. There's Urquhart. Picked off by Evan Spicer. He'll look for the puck and neutral ice. Mustangs have it. Here's Kalita. He'll play it in the opposite corner. Comes free for Spicer. Evan Spicer played up ahead. Here's McDonald. McDonald enters the zone. Will send it in deep. That will make its way to the wall as Chu couldn't hold the line. Sanford has it. There is Will Sanford for the Mustangs. Will chip it into the zone. Back to retrieve it is Romaine, who finds Swift on the wall. Swift up for Morris. Morris through the middle. Here is Cameron Urquhart trying to get by the defender. Poke checked away. Mulaney will take over. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Here come the Mustangs. Richard has it. Richard will shoot one up the shoulder of O'Shaughnessy. That's going to be deflected in the corner. Played up top for Morash. Morash can't hold the line. He'll play it over. Finds Ayotte. Ayotte will send it in deep as he'll take a hit. Mustangs are offside. Chance here for Romaine to play the puck. He'll send it over to Swift. Up for the Kalita. Here comes Porter Kalita. Kalita will let a shot go over the net, and that's going to sail past the glove. 2.5 remaining in the period. Pochek will free up the puck. Here's Ayotte. Ayotte will get it right back off the deflection. Here's Henry Ayotte up the wall. Picked off by Worth. Will play it back in deep. Patterson will play it behind the net for Ayotte. Henry Ayotte through the middle. Picked up. There's a turnover. Cluett towards the net, but good poke check from Morash to get that out of harm's way. That'll be sent in deep. There's Baldwin. Nice move behind the net. That's him and Ayotte get tangled up in the corner. 2-on-2 down low. Ogden finds a loose puck. Will play it back in deep. 1:45 remaining in the second. Here's Ayotte. Up the wall. That's going to be poked up to the blue line. Kept in by Cluett. Here's Worth. Loves it down and will cycle it down into the corner. Worth gets it back up top. One-timer will sail past the net wide. Sent towards the goal. Tipped in front off the stick of Beliveau. That's going to be covered up by Patterson. 1.5 remaining here in the second period. You're watching the Mr. Donaire Cup on High Button Sports. Game 2 of the best of 3 series. Mustangs are going to tie the series and extend their year. Cluett against McDonald for the draw inside the Mustang zone. One back. Here's Baldwin. Jack Baldwin. Nice move to get by the defender. Comes free in the slot. Beliveau will work into the circle. Has it towards the goal. Shot will be covered up by Patterson. Another whistle here late in the period. Cluett will stay out there for the draw. So will McDonald. Puck drop. One back. Here's Baldwin over up top for Boudreau. Boudreau trying to work it across. Sticked away. Here's a chance for Lynch. Lynch trying to get by Swift, but it's well defended by number 5 in White. He has the puck behind his own net. Last minute of play here in the second. But that's going to be sent up ahead. Here comes a 2-on-1. Baldwin and Cluett. Baldwin will hold on to it and shoot one off the pad. Looking for the rebound there, but that will just so wide. Here comes McDonald. McDonald, as the defender falls, has a lane to the net. McDonald towards the backhand. Get the angle. It's going to be a penalty on the play. McDonald draws the call late in the period. Patterson to the bench for the 6-on-5. That's going to be played for LeBlanc. He'll take a hit on the wall. Sent in deep. Mustangs still have possession. Here's Mulaney. Up the wall for McDonald. McDonald. That's finally going to be touched up and whistled down with 26 seconds to go. Mustangs went to the power play. Looking to cut the lead in half. They're down by 2. Hooking's the call. Liam Worth is penalized there, so that's Boudreau, number 24. Puck is dropped. Play to the corner, and then it's going to be sent down the ice. Urquhart might have a chance here, shorthanded. Plays the hop off the wall, looking for the hat trick. Urquhart will wrap it through. Shot will be kept out by Patterson. As Urquhart shorthanded, a good look there. Urquhart has 2 goals in this game. Looking for the trick. Shots now 26-22 in favor of the Hunters. They've taken over this game here in the second period, up by 2. Puck dropped. 10 seconds to go in the period. That's going to be played down the ice, and that should do it as O'Shaughnessy will play it behind the net with 5 seconds to go. O'Shaughnessy holds onto it and will play it dangerously down the ice. And that's going to do it. So after 2 periods of play, Hunters up by a pair. You're watching the Mr. Donaire Cup on High Button Sports. Both teams went to the dressing room. We'll be back after the break for the 3rd period of play.
This stream is brought to you by Mr. Donaire. Bring that classic Donaire flavor home in minutes with Mr. Donaire's Donaire Kit, the original East Coast Donaire. Perfect for game night. Want the full setup? Mr. Donaire makes its own Donaire sauce, Donaire dunkers, and Donaire sausages. And don't forget the Mr. Donaire pizza when you want it simple and fast. You can grab Mr. Donaire at Costco, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Superstore, Gateway, and Needs. Mr. Donaire, game night made easy. Now, back to the action.
Welcome back inside Coal Harbor Place. It's game 2 of the semifinals in the Mr. Donaire Cup. Hunters and Mustangs. Currently a 4-2 lead for the home team, the March and Milko Hunters. I'd like to take this time to shout out Landon Chevry. He did the camera in the second period, and taking over now is Cruz Baldwin. I know Cruz's grandpa is watching this game. As you can see, a lot of the Harbor Rage and U13 AAA wings are on hand to watch here today. Both teams slowly making their way back to the ice. Mustangs looking to keep their season alive. Shots are 26-22 in favor of the Hunters. They're going to be on the power play to start the period. Or sorry, they're going to be shorthanded to start the period. 1:33 remaining on the penalty to Boudreau. Looks like we're ready to get back underway. This could be the final period of the Mustang season if they don't tie things up. Lynch will take the draw against Baldwin. We're underway here in the third period. That's going to be sent up ahead. Mustangs are offside, so they can't go get the puck. Swift will clear it down the ice. And that's going to be corralled by Patterson. Down low for Chu. Chu finds Ogden. Zal will be turned over. McDonald gets it back. McDonald enters the zone. Up top for LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to drag by Baldwin. Comes free. There's a chance short-handed, but Chu gets back first to prevent a breakaway for Baldwin. 50 seconds to go in the power play. Mustangs have it behind their own net. Here is Chu. Jack Chu will stretch it up for Lynch. He wins the battle with Gibbs. As Cluett will find the loose puck. That's going to be chipped off the ball. Sent down the ice. Morash back to retrieve it. Turns it over. Here's Baldwin. Shot. Kept out by Patterson. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Here's McDonald. Ewan McDonald, the assistant captain for the Mustangs, will take it wide. He'll boomerang it around the wall looking for Ayotte. Finds him. Ayotte will... That's going to fight out a play, and that will stop things here. $18:43 to go. It's a 2-goal lead for the March and Milko Hunters here at home. Richard will take the face-off against Ludi. He's going to play the wall. Sent up ahead. Here comes Urquhart. He has 2 goals this morning. As Morash will take over. Ryan Morash will play it into the zone. Takes a hit from Gibbs. 3 seconds to go on the penalty. Here's Ayotte up top. Sent down low, and we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Ludi. As Gibbs will take over. Gibbs looking for McKnight. Comes free for Ludi. Will Ludi takes it wide on the near side wall. Plays it towards the goal. Has a pass in front looking for Urquhart, who fanned the one-timer. That's going to be played back. Here's Worth. Worth up for Ludi. Picked off. Here's Richard. He'll play it in deep. Mustangs are offside. Sanford will try and get it by Worth. Worth wins the battle. Played up ahead. Here comes Cameron Urquhart. Urquhart towards the goal. Can't get a shot off. As rebound sent in behind the net. That's going to stop play. As Andrew Urquhart was there looking for the hat trick. 17:38 remaining. Shout out Fetty Wap. Cameron Urquhart will head out there. Morrison for the face-off. It's a 2-goal lead. Looks like a power play here for the Hunters. So Hooking's the call against Richard. Here's Urquhart up top, finds Kalita. Shot will go off a stick. Rebound as Gibbs collects it behind the net. Gibbs Up for Urquhart. Urquhart over to Swift. Swift sends it over, pass across, looking for Urquhart again on the return feed, but can't get it to him. There's Swift up top. Swift over to Urquhart. Urquhart looking for a lane. That's going to be played in around the wall. There's Swift up top. Swift will make a move. Send it towards the goal. Shot by Morris off the redirection. It's going to be covered up. Just past the 3-minute mark here, the third period. Still a 2-goal lead for the Martin Milko Hunters. 16:53 to go. 1:15 remaining on the power play. Top unit comes out there as Baldwin will win the faceoff back for Worth. Worth will move it over for Cluett. Cluett has a power play goal this morning. Sent towards the goalers. Baldwin scores! Jack Baldwin on the power play. It's a 3-goal lead. Beautiful pass across to find the rookie Baldwin. So it's now 5-2. There's Worth. That's going to be deflected out of play. So Baldwin gets his first of the playoffs. Clue gets the assist. And Worth as well gets a secondary. Puck is dropped. There's Baldwin again with the puck. Baldwin sent up ahead as that's going to come out of the zone, kept in by Cluett. Cluett will make a move and pass across. Here's Beliveau! Scores! Another goal for the Hunters. It's now a 6-2 score. A couple of quick ones for Martin Milko. Beliveau into the back of the net. Great feed to find him. No chance for Patterson once again. So back-to-back goals for the Hunters. That is now 5 unanswered goals for Cole Harbour. As here's a chance for Spicer to clear. Spicer will play it around the wall. McKnight sent over, looking the slot. It's going to be go off a stick. Here comes Ogden. Sent up ahead. It's going to be intercepted by McKnight. Played up for LeBlanc. Shot into the glove of O'Shaughnessy, and that's going to be covered up for the whistle. 15:41 remaining here in the third. We're watching Game 2 of the Mr. Donaire semifinals. Winner will move on to play the Valley Wildcats in the championship series. That will be a best of 5. This one a best of 3. As here's a pass towards the middle. It's going to be poked towards the goal as Patterson will glove things down. .15.5 remaining. Both teams will make changes. Kalita in for the draw. Puck is dropped. It's going to be kept into the line. There's a shot by Romaine, blockered away. As that will be cleared to neutral ice. Swift has it. He has a goal in this game. Up for Kalita. Kalita will take it wide on the near side. That's going to be sent towards the goal off the skate of Morash. Puck comes free. Here's Kalita behind the net. As that's going to be turned over. Ayotte has it. Sent up ahead. Here come the Mustangs. Mulaney can't get by Swift to neutral ice. As that will be sent back in deep. Mustangs are going to clear. Kept in by Clear. There's a pass in front. One-timer kept out by Patterson. Morris got the shot through. Here comes Lynch the other way for the Mustangs. Lynch We'll try and work it to the middle. It's going to go off a stick. Lynch gets it back and we'll cycle it in deep. Swift around the wall. It's going to be kept in the zone, but picked off by Kalita through the middle. Here comes Morris over to Urquhart. Cameron Urquhart has the puck. Urquhart will put the brakes on, centering pass. Here's Kalita, shot off the body in front. That hit Morris, the Hunter forward, who was trying to be a screen, but he ended up blocking the shot. Here come the Mustangs, looking to clear, kept in by Kalita. Kalita will get hooked on the way down deep, so it's going to be a penalty on the play. That will be touched up and whistled down. Just inside 14 minutes to go. Mustangs take a penalty. It will go against LeBlanc. That's Parker LeBlanc. Baldwin and Worth, Cluett, Beliveau, and Gibbs will head to the ice. Puck is dropped. One back to the line. That's going to be sent down the ice. Here comes a chance for Sanford, short-handed. Sanford towards the goal, kept out by O'Shaughnessy with the pad. Play to the line. Here's Richard. That's going to be blocked. Here comes Baldwin the other way. Jack Baldwin will take it wide. Baldwin towards the middle. It's going to be intercepted, and that's going to be cleared down the ice by the Hunters, or the Mustangs rather, as Hunters look to regroup. Here's Baldwin. Up for Cluett. Cluett will drop it off of the blue line. Hit up top for Baldwin. Baldwin to the middle for Cluett. Cluett's shot will be deflected. Rebound on the goal line. Play down low. Here's Baldwin towards the middle. It's going to come free up top. Play down low. Here's Gibbs. Gibbs down in the corner for Baldwin. 1 minute to go in the power play. Here's Cluett. Sent it over to Swift. Swift will drop it for Baldwin. Baldwin will play it over. Here's Cluett. Cluett's shot will be deflected wide of the net. Baldwin has the puck. Baldwin will walk in and shoot one off the pad. It's going to be kept out by Patterson. 40 seconds to go in the power play. There's a pass across for Swift. Swift over for Baldwin. Baldwin's shot will be kept out by Patterson. He'll freeze play. .12.5 remaining in the third. Hunters have a 4-goal lead in this elimination game. If the Mustangs can't come back, they'll be eliminated, and that will be the end of their season. Puck dropped. There's a pass back up top. Worth will let a slap shot go. Tipped just wide. Good look there off the point shot. Here's Ludi. Plays it down low. Back up top for Ludi. Ludi over across. One-timer Worth off the post. Kept out. Rebound. Put in. Another goal for the Hunters. It's now 7-2. It looks like Worth got that one on the point shot. So a 5-goal lead for the Hunters. They've scored 6 unanswered goals. And that'll be Liam Worth's first goal of his U18 career. Pretty good time to get that one here in the playoffs. As Ayotte will send it up as Worth finishes his hit. That's going to be a penalty on the play. So right after he gets his first career goal, he takes a penalty. 11:53 remaining. Penalty to Worth. Mustangs go to the power play. Interference was the call. Here's a face-off. Urquhart finds it. He'll look to clear. Kept in by Morash. Urquhart gets it right back. Here comes Cameron Urquhart. Takes it wide. Puts the brakes on. Urquhart will play it back. It's going to go off a stick and out of play.
Time of 7 minutes, 57 seconds. Worth from Moody on the power play at 7:57.
So Worth from Ludi is the official goal call there. Urquhart will take the draw against McDonald. That's Cameron Urquhart inside the Mustang zone. Puck dropped. There's a hit by LeBlanc. It's going to be a penalty. Tripping's the call. So it will be 4-on-4. There's a signal from the referee, number 35. So 4 apiece on the ice. Boudreau, Swift, Urquhart, and Kalita out there for the Hunters. In comes Lynch for the draw. Out there with Spicer, Chu, and Mulaney. Here's Urquhart up for Swift. Swift will walk his way down. Swift shot, scores. Eight to 2 is the score. Seven unanswered goals from Archon Milko. 4-on-4 goal. Swift with his second of the game. Puck is dropped. Here's Gibbs. Gibbs will circle back. Drops it for Romaine. Romaine sent back for Gibbs. Here comes Schaefer Gibbs. He has the puck. Still 4-on-4. Gibbs towards the goal, looking for the wraparound. It's loose in the blue paint, and eventually it's going to be covered up. Puck dropped. Pass up ahead. That's going to be off a shin pad. Here's Morris. Morris puts the brakes on. He'll get taken down. Gets right back up. Morris down low. Finds Cluett. Cluett's shot will be stopped by Patterson. No rebound. 10.5 remaining here in the third. It's a 6-goal lead for the Hunters. They've scored 7 unanswered goals. Looks like they are on their way to the Mr. Donaire Cup Finals against the Valley Wildcats, but still a bit of time left. As here's Boudreau. Boudreau will walk in and shoot one low, looking for the deflection. That's going to go off the pad of Patterson. Here comes Richard the other way. Richard will poke it up ahead. O'Shaughnessy at the play. He'll go forehand up the boards. Finds Baldwin. That will hop over his stick. Boudreau knocks it free. He finds Remy Beliveau. Here come the Hunters. Beliveau will play to the middle. Comes free for Baldwin. Baldwin shot off the side of the net. That one stays out. Richard looking to clear. Battle ensues as Worth out of the box, so it's a Hunters power play for the next few minutes here, as there's a double minor against the Mustangs. So 2:05 of power play time here for the Hunters. There's a shot will be deflected just wide. Baldwin has it in the corner. Baldwin will walk in and shoot one, just goes wide. Urquhart looking for the rebound. He finds it. Urquhart on hat-trick watch with 2 goals. Swift on hat-trick watch as well. He has the puck. Back up top for Baldwin. Baldwin over for Urquhart. One-timer off the pad. That will deflect out of play. And that will take us into our halfway point. And take a quick break up here in the booth. You're watching High Button Sports coverage of the Mr. Donaire Cup. Be back in just a moment.
This stream is brought to you by Mr. Donair. Bring that classic Donair flavor home in minutes with Mr. Donair's Donair Kit, the original East Coast Donair. Perfect for game night. Want the full setup? Mr. Donair makes its own Donair sauce, Donair dunkers, and Donair sausages. And don't forget the Mr. Donair pizza when you want it simple and fast. You can grab Mr. Donair at Costco, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Superstore, Gateway, and Needs. Mr. Donair, game night made easy. Now, back to the action.
Welcome back inside CHP. It's a 6-goal lead for the Hunters here at home. 9:17 remaining. It's going to be dropped. There's Urquhart. Over to Swift. Swift. Back for Urquhart. Back up top. Swift. Plays to the wall. It's going to deflect. The blue line kept in. Ludi has it. Ludi will work it on the wall. 1:20 to go on the power play. That will be clear to neutral ice. Urquhart has the puck. Andrew Urquhart will play for Boudreau. Boudreau looking for Ogden. It's going to be intercepted. Sent back in deep. Here comes Urquhart with the puck, gathering some speed. Andrew Urquhart, the rookie, will take it wide. Still has the puck. Urquhart will play it around the wall. Picked off by Ayotte, who will clear it down the ice. 55 seconds of power play time remaining for the Hunters. They're up by 6 here in Game 2 of the Mr. Donair Cup semifinals. Looking to clinch their spot in the championship series against the Valley Wildcats. Here's Urquhart up top for Swift. Swift back for Urquhart. That'll miss his stick. Comes free down low for Ludi. Back for Urquhart. Urquhart looking to play it up top for Swift. That will bounce back onto his stick. Plays it down low for Ludi behind the net. Ludi has McKnight in front looking to send that one on goal, but he couldn't get a shot off as that's going to be played to the blue line. Kept in. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs shot at the post. That one stays out and a rebound put in. 9-2 is the score now. Ludi puts home the rebound off the Schaefer-Gibbs shot. Make that 8 unanswered goals for Cole Harbour. A little bit of a delay here. So we'll drop the puck at center. 9-2 is the score now. There's Gibbs, shot at the pad, rebound cleared away. Mustangs have it. Here's Ayotte. Ayotte will flip it through neutral ice, sent down as that's going to be an icing against the Mustangs. Urquhart will take the face off. Puck dropped. That's going to be sent down the ice. O'Shaughnessy will negate the icing. O'Shaughnessy over to Worth. That will go through his legs. There's Kalita. Porter Kalita nearly loses the puck at the blue line. Gibbs will collect it. Here comes Schaefer-Gibbs. Gibbs' shot will go off a stick him wide. Morris finds the rebound. Played down low. Here's Mulaney. Mulaney will go 1-on-2. Poked off of his stick. Nice few moves there from Lynch. He'll find Spicer one-timer kept out by O'Shaughnessy. Rebound, glove down as Gibbs will clear the rebound down the ice, and that will be icing. Six and a half remaining. 7-goal spread here in the third. You're watching the Mr. Donaire Cup on High Button Sports. Game 2 of this best of 3 series. That's going to be hand passed, so that will stop play. Steel Subaru and the Weeks Majors are starting up soon over at the Sportsplex. That is the Phil Herod Cup playoffs. Max and Islanders will play Game 2 at 2:30. Puck is dropped. One back. Here's Boudreau. Boudreau over for Romaine. His pass will go off the body of Sear. Played back. Here's Boudreau. Boudreau will get the line and send it in deep. 6:20 to go here in the third. Here's Cluett over to Baldwin. Baldwin pass across. Beliveau couldn't bang that one home off the backdoor play. Still a 9-2 score. Mustangs have it. There is Mulaney. Mulaney will try and poke it through. It's going to be a penalty on the play against the Hunters. Holding's the call. Boudreau takes another penalty. Lynch, Mulaney, LeBlanc, Sanford, and Chu will be the 5 out there for this Mustangs man advantage. Puck dropped. Here's Sanford. Plays it down low. Back up top, Sanford. Sanford will walk in. Back to the goal line. There's a shot from Mulaney kept up by O'Shaughnessy. As they'll freeze play with the glove. Puck dropped. It's going to be played to the corner and cleared down to neutral ice and eventually inside the Mustang zone. There's a pass across, finds Sanford. Sanford will drag and try and shoot one through, but fanned on it. As here's Urquhart short-handed. Andrew Urquhart has the puck. Urquhart will play it over. There's Swift shot blocked. As here's a chance the other way. Mulaney has a 2-on-0 perhaps. Mulaney will shoot one out the blocker of O'Shaughnessy. Makes the save on the short-handed break. That's going to be cleared down by Aludi. Back to retrieve the puck is Urquhart. Little battle of Chu in the corner. It's Richard, Chu, Urquhart, and Swift looking for that loose puck in the Mustangs' end to the blocker's side. Patterson comes free up top. Lynch drops it off. Here is Ogden. Ogden trying to get by the defender, but can't get through. That's going to be a penalty behind the play. Tripping on Urquhart. So 35 seconds of 5-on-3 for South Shore. Puck dropped, one to the point. Here's LeBlanc. Ode Ayotte. Ayotte back for LeBlanc. LeBlanc will play to the goal line. Looking to feather it back up top. It's going to go off a stick. Here's LeBlanc. Parker LeBlanc will backhand one over to Ayotte. Here's Henry Ayotte. Puts the brakes on the line. Sent over for Richard. Richard back for Ayotte. Ayotte shot. Scores! Henry Ayotte on the power play. Mustangs finally have an answer. It's now 9-3. After giving up 8 straight, Mustangs respond on the power play. Henry Ayotte with the goal. Still a power play for the Mustangs, as that was scored on the 5-on-3. Here's Ayotte again. Finds Richard. Richard shot at the blocker. Rebound covered up. Subs and Weeks just getting underway over at the Zaspen Sportsplex. Weeks looking to tie the series. Subs won last night 5-2. McDonald in for the face-off. On the power play, one back for LeBlanc. It's going to be out of his reach. Here comes Urquhart shorthanded. Cameron Urquhart will get there first. Looking to make a play out of the corner. Pass in front looking for Kalita, but that's going to be intercepted. Here's Ogden. Ogden sent to the middle for Chu. Chu. His pass will go off his skate. As that will be sent down the ice. There's a transfer. Urquhart short-handed with between the legs. Move there, but couldn't finish it off. Nice save from Patterson on the breakaway. Patterson up to 42 shots on the afternoon. Here's McDonald. Penalty on the play. Kalita gets his stick slashed out of his hands. As Kalita gets a misconduct as well. So it'll be 5-on-4 as the Mustangs were still up a man, but those two penalties offset. A lot of penalties to Country Kakov. Here's a shot on goal. Rebound sent on net. Patterson makes a save. So Kalita negates the power play with the misconduct penalty. Puck dropped. Mustangs have the puck shorthanded. Or sorry, on the power play. I'm confusing myself here. As we're back to 5 apiece. 2.5 remaining here in the third. There comes Cluett. Cluett will make his way through, trying to make a play over the ball, and it's going to go off a stick, and that will be sent down for icing. .2:15 remaining. Looks like the Hunters will face the Valley Wildcats in the Mr. Donaire Cup Finals. That series should start next week, but no confirmation yet on that. Puck comes free. Boudreau will chip it towards the corner. Battle ensues for the loose puck. There's Morris. Up for Cluett. Cluett will line for Worth. Shot will go wide of the net. Inside the final 2 minutes now of this game. That's going to rim its way around the wall. No icing on the play. Here's Worth. Liam Worth has a goal in this game, his first of his U18 career. He'll play it up ahead. It's going to come free for the Mustangs. Ayotte will find Ogden. Ogden with 1:30 to go in regulation. His shot will go off the stick of O'Shaughnessy, and that will go out of play. Richard against Ludi for the face-off. Puck dropped. One back. Here's LeBlanc. Shot, rebound cleared away as it was loose in front. Ogden couldn't jam it in. There's a pass for LeBlanc, fanned on up top. Ayotte finds it. Ayotte shot will be blocked. Ayotte will send it around the wall. Comes free for Gibbs. Gibbs will play it across off the stick of Ludi. That will make its way inside the Mustang zone. As we're in the final 60 seconds of this game. Here comes Richard, poked off of his stick. Gibbs will collect a loose puck. There's a bit of a mix-up in front of the net. Puck comes free. Shot will be stopped by O'Shaughnessy. With 44 seconds to go. Lynch in for the draw against Baldwin. Puck is dropped. 40 seconds to go now. Here's Urquhart. That's Cameron Urquhart. Has Baldwin towards the goal. Couldn't feed it to him. That's going to be played off the wall. There's Beliveau. Beliveau down low for Baldwin. Pass in front will go off a skate. Makes its way to the corner. Baldwin pass across. So be deflected. Romain finds it up top. 20 seconds remaining. Romain over to Boudreau. Boudreau shot off a stick. Rebound. Be cleared away by Lynch. He has the puck. 10 seconds now. Lynch enters his own shot. Will be deflected into the corner. 3 seconds, and that's going to do it for this one. So the Hunters win the series. They sweep the Mustangs. 9-3 will be your final score. Archimilco Hunters will move on to the Mr. Donaire Cup Finals against the Valley Wildcats. That will be the end of the South Shore Mustangs season. The first team officially eliminated in the U18 Major. Both teams will meet at center to shake hands after a hard-fought series. We'd like to thank all the Mustangs viewers for tuning in throughout the season. Appreciate you allowing us to cover your team. A lot of young players on this Mustangs squad, so they could come back, have a bit of a better year next year. That's going to do it for our coverage of this one. Final score 9-3. Hunters moving on to the finals. This has been a High Blunt Sports production of the Mr. Donaire Cup playoffs. Live from Cole Harbor Place. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll see you next weekend for the championship series.